Have you ever eaten something you've loved for years, and then suddenly it just doesn't sit right anymore? Maybe it's that big plate of biryani, or that thick slice of toast in the morning. You used to feel full and happy. But now, it leaves you bloated, tired, or even dizzy. And you wonder, what's happening to me? Why does my body feel so different? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we age, our bodies start to change. What worked for us at 30 or 40 doesn't always serve us well after 50. And one of the biggest culprits, without most people realizing, is the food we eat. Some of the most common foods on your plate may be secretly harming your health, slowly and silently, not with a big warning sign, but with quiet signs like joint pain, foggy thinking, stubborn belly fat, or that heavy feeling after meals. Now, I want you to take a deep breath. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Because once you understand what's really happening, you can take back control of your health. Step by step, day by day. Let's start with something most of us grew up eating. White bread. You know the kind, soft, fluffy, maybe even warm from the toaster. Feels comforting, right? But here's the truth. White bread is made from refined flour that's been stripped of fiber and nutrients. It breaks down into sugar fast, faster than you'd think. And after 50, your body doesn't handle those sugar spikes as well. You feel sleepy after eating, your energy crashes, and over time, that spike and crash cycle takes a toll on your pancreas, your weight, and even your brain. So next time you reach for that sandwich, think about switching to a fiber-rich whole grain bread. Or better yet, try oats or brown rice in your meals. Foods that give you energy that lasts without the crash. Now, let's talk about something even sneakier. Processed meats. I'm talking about those slices of deli meat, sausages, hot dogs, and bacon. These are packed with preservatives, sodium, and nitrates, chemicals that have been linked to heart disease, high blood pressure, and even cancer. And I know they're quick, easy, and tasty. But your heart at this stage of life can't afford to fight off that kind of damage every day. When you're over 50, your blood vessels get a bit more fragile. That's normal. But processed meats can tighten them even more and raise your risk of a heart event. So instead of a cold-cut sandwich, try grilled chicken lentil patties, or even an egg salad with olive oil. Not only are these better for your heart, but they also leave you feeling lighter, clearer, more alert. And speaking of alertness, have you noticed your memory isn't as sharp lately? Or that you forget small things like where you put your glasses, or why you walked into a room? That foggy brain feeling might not just be aging. It could be what you're drinking. That's right. Let's talk about sugary drinks. Soft drinks, bottled juices, sweetened teas. They're everywhere. But they're also loaded with sugar and chemicals that send your blood sugar on a roller coaster. And studies now show that sugar doesn't just mess with your waistline. It damages your brain. That's right. People who consume a lot of sugar have a higher risk of memory loss and even dementia. Your brain is your control center. Protect it. Instead of reaching for a soda, try lemon water, green tea, or even just plain water with a slice of cucumber or mint. Hydration without sugar gives your brain the clarity it craves. Now, let's shift to something that many seniors rely on daily. White rice. It's filling, it's traditional, and it's been part of many households for generations. But just like white bread, white rice is stripped of its fiber and breaks down quickly into sugar. When you eat a big plate of rice, especially at night, your body stores that excess sugar as fat. Not muscle, not energy, fat. And that fat, especially around your belly, increases the risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Switching to brown rice or quinoa may feel strange at first, but your body will adjust. You'll feel fuller with less. And over time, your blood sugar will stabilize. Your weight will become easier to manage. Your digestion will improve. It's a small change, but one that makes a powerful difference. Now, let me ask you something more personal. Do you sometimes feel bloated or gassy after eating cheese or drinking milk? You may think it's just aging, but it could be that your body is developing lactose intolerance. After 50, many people lose the ability to digest dairy properly. And when you keep consuming milk, ice cream, or heavy cream, your gut suffers. You feel uncomfortable, your skin might break out, or you start getting joint pain. Now, I'm not saying all dairy is bad. but you may want to test how your body reacts. Try switching to lactose-free milk or plant-based options like almond or oat milk for a week. See how your body responds. The results might surprise you in a good way. Food is deeply personal. It connects us to our culture, our memories, our family. But as we get older, it's important to honor our body's changing needs. That doesn't mean we have to give up everything we love. It means we need to become more mindful, more selective, more caring toward ourselves. When we eat better, we feel better. When we feel better, we move more, smile more, sleep deeper, and enjoy life with more energy and less worry. And isn't that what the stage of life should be about? Let's keep going, because there's another food that many seniors rely on every day, but it might be doing more harm than good.
That food I was about to talk about, it's fried food. Asterisk now no fried chicken, French fries, samosas, even a simple pakora with tea. These are the joys of life, aren't they?
Oh.
But let me share something important with you.
Oh.
When you eat fried food, especially if it's cooked in cheap oils or reheated oil, your body doesn't just gain weight. It goes through something deeper and more dangerous. Inflammation. Asterisk that word inflammation might sound technical, but it simply means your body is fighting from the inside. Your joints swell, your energy drops, and over time your risk of heart disease, arthritis, and even some cancers goes up. After 50, your body doesn't have the same defense it used to. So every bite of that greasy snack adds more pressure to an already hard-working system. Asterisk, I'm not here to take the taste out of your life. I'm here to remind you there's always a better way. Air fryers today can make crispy food with little or no oil. You still get that crunch, that satisfaction, but without soaking your arteries in fat. Try it once, you'll be surprised how light and energized you feel after. Asterisk, now let's talk about something that seems healthy, but often isn't. Low-fat, sugar-free, and diet-labeled foods. They sound like a great idea, right? You walk through the supermarket, and the labels scream, no sugar, or low-fat, or guilt-free, and it feels safe. It feels like you're doing the right thing. But here's the hidden truth. Many of these foods are loaded with artificial sweeteners, thickeners, and chemicals to make up for the missing fat or sugar. Asterisk in those chemicals? Your body doesn't know how to process them. They confuse your gut, damage your digestion, and over time can mess with your hormones and blood sugar. You might think, but it's only a little. Yes, but a little every day builds up. And before you know it, you're dealing with brain fog cravings, or weight that just won't budge. Asterisk, instead of chasing the low-fat label, chase real food. Full-fat plain yogurt is often healthier than flavored low-fat yogurt. A homemade soup is better than a diet packet. Choose simple, choose fresh. Your body knows how to handle that. And then there's alcohol. Now I know this one can be personal. Some people enjoy a glass of wine at dinner or a drink with friends, and that's okay once in a while. But after 50, your liver becomes more sensitive. Alcohol takes longer to leave your system. What used to be one drink that made you relaxed can now leave you feeling foggy, dizzy, or dehydrated. Asterisk, but there's more to it. Alcohol interferes with your sleep, raises your blood pressure, and increases your risk of falls and accidents. And for many people, especially seniors, it can quietly affect memory and mood without any obvious signs. That's the danger. Silent, gradual, until one day, you just don't feel like yourself anymore. Asterisk, I'm not saying quit everything. Cold turkey, but be mindful. Notice how you feel after a drink. Ask yourself if it's really adding to your life or slowly taking something away. Asterisk. Let's talk about something else that's surprisingly common in older adults. Digestive problems. Bloating, constipation, stomach discomfort. If this is something you deal with regularly, one thing you might want to check is how much fiber you're getting. Asterisk, most people over 50 don't get enough. And worse, many of the foods we've talked about, white bread, fried snacks, processed meats, don't contain any fiber at all. They just sit in your system and slow everything down. You feel heavy, sluggish, even cranky. Asterisk, but the good news is, fiber is easy to add. A handful of soaked chia seeds in water. A bowl of oatmeal in the morning. A few spoonfuls of lentils at lunch. Fiber keeps things moving literally and gives your gut the strength to protect you from disease, inflammation, and infection. Asterisk, and here's something you may not hear often. Your gut is connected to your brain. When your digestion is off, your mood, memory, and even your sleep can suffer. So nourishing your stomach is also nourishing your mind. Asterisk. Speaking of sleep, have you noticed how hard it is to get a full night's rest now? You toss, turn, wake up at 3 a.m. and stare at the ceiling. Food plays a bigger role in this than most people realize. High sugar and high fat meals late at night disturb your sleep cycles. They keep your brain active when it should be resting. And alcohol, even a small glass before bed, can cause you to wake up more during the night. Asterisk if you want better sleep. Keep your dinner light. Avoid eating at least 2 hours before bed, and instead of that bowl of ice cream, try a small banana or some warm herbal tea. Our body will thank you. Asterisk, now, I want to bring this part of the conversation back to one simple truth. Your body is talking to you every day. Through your energy, your digestion, your sleep, your mood. The food you eat either supports your body or burdens it. And after 50, that line becomes sharper. You don't bounce back as fast. You feel the consequences more quickly. Asterisk, but don't let that discourage you. Let it empower you, because it also means that small, smart changes bring faster benefits. When you stop eating fried food, you'll feel it. When you cut back on sugar, your energy will shift. When you start eating more fiber, your belly and your mind will feel lighter. Asterisk, and that's what I want for you. A life that feels light, energetic, and joyful, not weighed down by foods pretending to be your friends. Asterisk, you've made it this far in life, and that's worth celebrating. But now is the time to protect the life you've built. To honor your body with every meal, every bite, every choice. Asterisk, because food is powerful. It can harm you, but it can also heal you. Asterisk, let's keep this conversation going, because there's one more thing we need to explore. It's something most people overlook when trying to stay healthy. And that's how we eat, not just what we eat. Asterisk, you see, after 50, digestion slows down. Not just because of aging, but also because of stress, habits, and how quickly we eat. So even if you're choosing the right foods, if you're eating in a rush, late at night, or while distracted by the TV or your phone, your body doesn't fully absorb the nutrients. You end up feeling full, but not nourished. Tired, but not rested. Alive, but not energized. Asterisk. So here's a gentle reminder. Slow down. Make meals a calm moment. Sit down. Chew well. This small act of presence, just being there with your food, can boost your digestion, ease bloating, and even lift your mood. I guess really, eating in peace gives your body peace. Asterisk now earlier. We talked about harmful foods like processed meats, fried snacks, and sugary drinks. But one more danger many people forget is salt. That's right. Too much salt hides in canned foods, frozen meals, sauces, and even so-called healthy snacks. And after 50, your kidneys don't flush out sodium as well as they used to. Asterisk 2. Much salt raises your blood pressure quietly, day by day. You might not feel it right away, but the damage builds up in your heart, your brain, your eyes, and the worst part. You don't need to feel thirsty to be in danger. The harm happens inside, where you can't see it. Asterisk, so if your doctor keeps reminding you about blood pressure, or if you've felt dizzy, had swelling in your legs, or struggled with blurry visions, start checking food labels for sodium. Cook more at home. Use herbs, lemon juice, or garlic instead of salt for flavor. It's a small adjustment that leads to a longer, stronger life. Asterisk. Now let's talk about balance. Sometimes when we hear all this advice, don't eat this, cut out that tit, feels overwhelming. Like suddenly everything we enjoy is bad. That's not the goal here. The goal is not to make you scared of food, it's to help you be in control of what goes into your body. Asterisk, you don't have to give up everything, but you do have to make thoughtful choices. Asterisk, for example, instead of skipping dessert altogether, maybe you swap that heavy ice cream for a bowl of fresh fruit with a sprinkle of cinnamon. Instead of 3 fried samosas, you bake one at home and enjoy it with a cup of green tea. Instead of going hungry or skipping meals, you plan ahead and keep healthy options ready: boiled eggs, fruits, nuts, or soups. Asterisk, these little changes protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and reduce your risk of serious illness. And over time, they become habits. Habits that carry you into your 60s, 70s, and beyond, with more energy, fewer pills, and more freedom. Asterisk, you see, health isn't about looking younger. It's about feeling younger. It's about waking up with less pain, walking with more strength, laughing more, thinking clearly, sleeping peacefully. That's the kind of life you deserve. And food is a powerful tool to get you there. Asterisk now. I want to speak to your heart for a moment. Asterisk, if you're watching this and thinking, I've already made so many mistakes, or I've eaten like this for years, it's too late. I want you to know it's never too late to change. Your body is always listening. It wants to heal. It wants to feel better. All it needs is your support. Asterisk, even one small step today, cutting back on sugar, drinking more water, skipping the fried snacks, sends a message to your body that says, I care about you. I'm with you. Let's do better together. Asterisk. And you'll be amazed at how your body responds. In just a week of eating clean, your sleep improves. In 2 weeks, your energy rises. In a month, your lab results may surprise your doctor. They isn't magic. This is your body's natural ability to heal once you stop hurting it and start feeding it what it truly needs. Asterisk. So if you're over 50, and especially if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, this is your time. You've given so much to others. Now give something back to yourself. Respect your body. Protect your heart. Nourish your brain. Support your bones. You only get one body and it's done so much for you. Asterisk, let's start treating it like the gift it truly is. Asterisk, and before we end, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here, for listening, for being open to change. That already makes you stronger than most. It means you're not just aging, you're evolving, you're growing, you're choosing a better path. Asterisk, and if you found even one helpful idea in this video, I hope you'll share it with a friend. Someone else out there needs this message. They might be struggling in silence, thinking it's just part of getting old. But the truth is, many of those aches, pains, and low moods aren't just age. They're signals. Signals that food can either heal or harm. Let's choose healing together. If this message touched you, give it a thumbs up. Hey, leave a comment. I'd love to hear what food change you're going to try first. And don't forget to subscribe for more simple health tips that truly work, especially after 50. Because you deserve to feel strong. You deserve to feel clear. You deserve to live with joy and confidence every single day. Asterisk, here's to your health. Here's to your wisdom. And here's to living your best life at any age. Asterisk.